My name is Jonathan Stein. I'm a rabbi at Sharei Tefillah in New York City. 36 years of congregational experience since the day of my ordination. There is an underlying theme and issue at the heart of the struggle to successfully engage our youth. And this is it. Teens and parents cannot identify what is the value added to their lives from being Jews. If the synagogue means that it is a place for you, for your kid to celebrate a bar or bat mitzvah and have a party, why would you stay connected afterwards? Why would you stay when the last one in your family goes through this rite of passage? But if, as Angela pointed out, the synagogue is a place where you see good friends, where people care about you, where you get to learn and grow and give back and stay connected, then the choice will be obvious. This afternoon, we're here confronting an uncomfortable truth. We never really had that 80% to begin with. I know from my years in the rabbinate that it is relationships and community that keep people involved and connected. If we are not in relationship with our youth and families, if we do not give them the space to talk about who they really are, what they feel, what matters to them, they will continue to walk away in droves. And we have decades of evidence to prove that that's the case, including my own congregation. We have about 70 B'nai Mitzvah a year. Last year, I had a confirmation class of 7. We need a new bottom line for measuring success. It's not enough to count how many people walk through the doors and participate in our programs. We need to ask ourselves, when they leave, have they been touched and inspired? Do they feel connected and cared for? Did they have an opportunity to discover a new relevance of Judaism to their life? This is the moment that we begin to put relationship and connection at the center, and if we do, that revolving B'nai Mitzvah door will stand open, and each person will refuse to walk out but stay in. So what would it look like? I want to give you a few examples. First, I suggest that we not measure our success only by how many people walk in the door. That's only part of our goal. We need to touch people where their lives matters most and where they spend most of their time, and that means outside of the synagogue, outside of our buildings. Real success involves giving them Jewish lives that transcend their time in our sanctuaries, classrooms, and social halls. And we need to convince our movement that it is time to reach out to the unaffiliated and not penalize young people whose parents do not choose membership in our synagogues. Second, I see a need for a paradigm shift away from counting success as how many kids come to confirmation and toward how many kids stay connected after bar and bat mitzvah. Confirmation has become our movement's teen idol. When I sit with rabbinic colleagues and we talk about our retention rate, what we mean is how many kids stay in religious school and confirmation. We shouldn't get rid of it It is a uniquely reform, innovation, and experiment. It is central to our understanding of emerging adolescence and into adulthood. But we need confirmation to be a goal, not the goal. And we need to give teens credit for every and any way that they stay connected post B'nai Mitzvah. We need to move confirmation to 12th grade. We need to make confirmation a real goal and not another potential exit moment. Third, 7th grade is too late to engage our young people and families. From the very beginning, we need people to know that we care about them, and we need to welcome them not only when they come to the new member tour. That is why this is the campaign for youth engagement, not teen engagement. We focus not only on our teens, but the whole family, beginning in early childhood. If we make that initial investment, then we will be able to rely on the strength of ongoing relationships to ensure that there is a seamless and continuous journey for our families and youth from their earliest stages into adulthood and parenthood. Fourth, prioritizing relationships means we have to be serious about how staff and volunteers spend their time. If one-on-one relationships with clergy, with youth professionals, teachers, camp counselors, board members, volunteers, and mentors is really the way to keep our youth connected, then we need to count success one student at a time, one camper at a time, one teaching assistant at a time, one parent at a time. You never know who will be the next Steve Fox or Rick Jacobs. You never know what influence you have on an individual who comes into contact with you in a Jewish context. You never know who will be the next cantor or early childhood director or URJ president. So we need to count our staff and volunteer time spending building one-on-one relationships as a primary necessity for how we understand our roles. And finally, while there are many examples of how this paradigm shift might work out in our congregations, I want to address one of the hardest. We all know that in too many of our congregations, including my own, 90% or more of the people who show up on Shabbat morning are the invited guests. As a result, congregational rabbis and cantors have a different community every Shabbat service. Many of our congregations struggle to keep the focus on God rather than worshiping the bar bat mitzvah student. As a result, Shabbat in many congregations has become a private moment for that week's B'nai Mitzvah family and their guests. The privatization of B'nai Mitzvah, selling tutoring in the open marketplace, holding services in country clubs and hotels, this does not bode well for the future of a Jewish community. B'nai Mitzvah is one of the most important places that the Campaign for Youth Engagement can assert the importance of relationship, community, and connection. And it is one of the most important things that we will face together as a movement. And we were led by Rabbi Yafi's Shabbat morning speech in San Diego a few years ago. You know your congregations and your communities the best. I encourage you to think about these ideas and to place connection and relationship at the center of your congregational culture. Take this home and wrestle. Wrestle along with everyone here and synagogues like yours all across the country.